Yesterday, Apple had their event, their usual event that they've been having every year to showcase everything that they've built that year and that they'll be releasing in the coming months. It's October they've been calling it. So right here on my the Apple website, I'm basically just going to go through some of the things that they talked about. I believe they talked about a new the smartwatch, their smartwatch, Apple smartwatch, and then their iPhone 14 Pro. Alright, so it seems they have new handles. I don't know whether I should call these thing handles. But anyway, basically the thing that you tie around your hand, essentially. Right, so these are the Apple Watch. Starting from $799. That's a lot. And we could watch this video anyway. So the whole point of having a smartwatch is to like check your health, your heart rates, those kind of things. And I even heard as this could even check your menstruation cycle, your menstrual cycle. I mean, that's good for the ladies. Now we have the Apple Watch Series 8, they have the Apple Watch SE and the Apple Watch Ultra. Now that's a lot of money to spend on a watch. So always on retina display, oxygen, blood oxygen up, ECG up. Okay, having all these kind of things. So I've never actually thought of myself as being someone who really likes this kind of smartwatches and all of those things, because I thought, why would I need a smartwatch? But this particular one caught my eye. I mean, it has the ability to even detect cracks, whether you're an emergency event, or probably when you're falling down or something like that. You'll be able to detect that, and then I believe you'll be able to set some SOS contact or anything that they would be able to contact when they are when you're in these kind of situations. I don't know, it's just kind of like awesome, because it says here that it has international emergency calling, fall detection, crash detection, all of these things. See, 86 decibel siren to attract attention. All of these things are possible. So it's kind of like the Apple Watch is not just about watching the Apple Watch is not just about wearing a fancy watch or anything of the sort, or just putting something on your wrist to show that, oh yeah, I'm kind of like that kind of rich person. But it seems to be you have to have a reason to own these kind of watches, because you are protected essentially. Because looking at just this SOS service, emergency SOS feature, it means that you you're kind of guaranteed that even when you're in an emergency situation, someone would be able to help you. If you set the right contact or anything, I think it should be possible that you survive, right? I really think that this emergency SOS service would be a very good feature and a good selling point for the Apple Watches, and it seems to be sensible enough to put it over there. Really like it. As I've already said, I'm not really an Apple Watch person. I'm not really a smartwatch person, but this particular one caught my eye. Yeah, so they have all of these features, the styles, and all of these things that you could have. Watch OS 9, this kind of the usual things. Not my thing. I mean, their ecosystem connecting with AirPods and things. Yep, all of that. And I guess that's all for the Apple Watch then. So guys, this is where it gets interesting. The whole concept of iPhone 14. It's like it's a whole new level, because when you look at the design, this is different from the normal notch that it had. And let me see, 14, big and bigger. Wait, so the iPhone 14, the base model will have a 6.1 inch, and then the 14 Plus, it's a 6.7-inch display. Well, that seems to be a bit bigger than their previous ones, but I think so. There is an iPhone 14 and an iPhone 14 Plus. There is an iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Plus, I think, because it's all kind of weird. They said this is the longest battery life ever. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So they've also added emergency SOS service to the iPhone 14, and this can be done via satellite. So does that mean that they will have their own satellite or something, or they will connect with an already existing satellite? Maybe that's then this whole feature of the emergency SOS is actually very interesting, because it's kind of like Apple telling you that come to us, we'll keep you safe. Come with me if you want to live. That kind of that kind of vibe. Yeah. So it's kind of like they are luring you into coming to them by giving you a lot of features. I mean, that's what every product designer does, isn't it? Huge leap in low light photos. Okay, so they've also improved their photos and all of those things. Probably a new processing software and all of that. Let's see. So we have iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, and the starting price is $799. that kind of thing. Watch film. Is that a starting price or that starting price before trading? That's a bit confusing, Apple. I'm a bit confused. What did I just do? What did I just do? To vital new safety features we hope you never need. Of course, so yeah, the emergency SOS via satellite thing. And peace of mind when you're off the grid. Yeah. Wait, if you don't have cell service or Wi-Fi, iPhone lets you text emergency services over satellite. Wow, that's a new feature. That's a new feature. So essentially, even if you are in some area, some dark alley, some alley, some shadow of death, what's that supposed to mean? So even if you are in some place that you don't have Wi-Fi connection or any cellular network, you could still be able to text emergency services over the satellite. Wow, that's interesting. Apple, I'm actually looking forward to this. Crash detecting calls for help when you can't. So this whole new feature about helping you stay alive is actually there for all of the devices that they are bringing out this particular this year. To crash detecting calls for help when you can't. A huge plus for what? Battery, I think. Get your best battery life ever on an iPhone 14 Plus and awesome all-day battery life on iPhone 14. Wow, that's like really interesting. Like these kind of things are wow. 26 hours video playback on the iPhone 14 Plus. 26 hours. That's more than a day. And then 20 hours of video playback on iPhone 14. So their whole, Apple chip and then Apple software, this ecosystem thing has been able to enable them, optimize their software and be able to, just reduce the consumption, the power consumption of their processors and all of that, and be able to like provide us with this kind of power, even with video playback. They're talking of video playback over here. 26 hours of video playback is actually a very significant number. Yeah, 21% more screen. Yeah, yeah, fine. I mean, some people like the big screens in their hands, and then some people also prefer the small ones, like the iPhone Mini, iPhone 13 Mini, or the iPhone 12 Mini, iPhone 13 Mini. I don't know. Some people also like that mini version, and then some others also like the kind of big screens in their hands, like yeah, all of those things. OLED technology, high resolution, true to yeah. I think they already have this, or it seems new. Camera packed. Okay. Alright. Get steady. Why do I have a feeling some of the things are not loaded here? Wait, let's reload this page. So it's kind of like the person is running and all of these things, and then the camera is not even shaking. So it's okay. It's this kind of a stabilization kind of thing. They've kind of like I think the person recording the video is also running after the person running, but the camera is not even shaking. So they're able to do all of that using their software. I don't know if it's hardware though, but I'm pretty sure it's a software. Yeah. Home movies that look like Hollywood movies. Wow. Yeah, we know we know. Apple is always very good at recording videos and then taking good videos, that kind of thing. Selfies you flip over. Oh, that's possible now. Wait, was it possible in their previous phones or not? But it seems it's possible now. Fast that lasts. A15. I thought they were using A16 Bionic chip, but this has A15. Oh, okay. So the iPhone 14 has the same super speedy chip that's in the iPhone 13 Pro. So there's no A16 or what, or maybe they are using it in the bigger versions of the phone. Probably. Let's see what they have here. Blah blah blah. Whoa. Relax. So long SIM tray. So wait, we won't have a SIM tray again. So eSIM makes things possible. You can activate your new iPhone or add carriers digitally, so you are calling and texting in no time. And unlike a physical card, an eSIM can't be removed if your iPhone is lost or stolen. But the whole thing about eSIM basically affects me. I don't have an eSIM service. And, okay. I don't know if it's Ghana's fault or it's Apple's fault right now. We don't have an eSIM service, do we? I don't know if those who are in Ghana right now, would be able to use the eSIMs from other countries. That would mean like we are using an eSIM abroad, when you are looking at it from their perspective. But that's not cool. Because I think if you are using the eSIM abroad, you would be charged like an international person, that kind of data roaming, a lot of money. And I'm not sure any human being in this Ghana, or if you have a lot of money and you want to use it, that's up to you. But I'm not sure any human being in Ghana would actually want to use that eSIM just because they want to use the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro and all of that. So the SIM tray is gone. Oh, this is actually very, very serious. I've always been saying that, okay, I'm going to buy the iPhone 14, I'm going to buy the iPhone 14. But if the SIM tray is not there, how to start reconsidering these kind of things, Oh, man. But yeah, I get this concept that eSIM lets you have multiple phone numbers and data plans and all of those things. Yes, but we don't have an eSIM service in Ghana. MTN, what are you doing about it? Vodafone, MTN, Airtel Tigo. Oh, can we have something like this, or should we have a new eSIM service on its own? I mean, that's a new thing that's a new business to try and invest in. eSIMs. Wow. What else is there? Have more fun with your iPhone, blah blah blah. MagSafe. Okay, so this has the MagSafe 20 watt USB-C adapter. 20 watt seems a bit small, comparing that to the other phones that are there, the other ones that are in the competition. AirPods Pro, you can do that, that kind of connection, all of that. So special career deals at Apple. So this whole eSIM thing, now they are going to give us this or what? All of these things are there. So essentially, you don't have a SIM tray, so you can't just buy the phone and think that, oh, okay, you'll be fine and all of those kind of things. But I think we should actually look at the tech specs. Let's see. All right, so there's the iPhone 14, there's the iPhone 14 Pro. Sorry, not the iPhone 14 Pro, the iPhone 14 Plus, and it's just the size difference, and then lots of battery in the Plus and all of that thing. And these are the colors that are available. I believe this is what midnight, purple, starlight, the product red, of course, and then the blue. The same colors for the iPhone 14 Plus, and then the capacity 128 gigabytes for the minimum. These kind of things that are usual. You can go and look it up on the website, which I'll link in the description below. The phone specifications, the display, the chip that's being used, and all of these kind of things. The tech people who are really interested in these things should go and look at that. I mean, I am interested in it, but we don't want to be reading this in a video. I mean, it's just going to take time in it. Built-in applications and all of these games. Let's view the pricing. Did I say pricing? Pricing. All right, so the iPhone 14, where is it? So iPhone 14 is starting at $799, and iPhone 14 Plus is starting at $899. All right. I can't actually wait to look at the Pro, and then you can customize it. All these prices I just mentioned is actually the base model. So if you increase the internal storage or anything else, you'd have to pay more for that. These kind of things are there. But I can't wait to look at the Pro. Okay. So they have a dark theme for the whole thing. So iPhone 14, we scroll slowly, try and see what exactly they are trying to sell here. Well, nothing is coming again. Okay. I think some things are supposed to load, but we're not loaded. I'm coming to reload the page again. Well, maybe nothing is just there. I don't know. Probably it's my internet. So, oh, okay. I see some color. So deep purple, gold. Wait, there's a gold, silver, space black. Wait, I'm not sure the thing is loaded well. Anyway, designed for durability with ceramic shield, tougher than any smartphone glass. Yeah. Makes the new face. iPhone. So you see how they've actually extended this O here in a phone? I think that's kind of supposed to replicate how they've, added the dynamic island, not display island. I think that's what they're trying to talk about. So introducing dynamic island, a truly Apple innovation that's hardware and software and something in between. It bubbles up music, sports scores, FaceTime, and so much more, all without taking you away from what you are doing. I mean, that's really interesting. Wait, I'm actually supposed to be seeing the picture of the phone. Why am I not seeing that? Okay. There's something here. So this is the dynamic island at the over there. It's kind of like it can change and then give you different form. It can be in different forms depending on what you're actually doing. So if it's actually showing a score, FaceTime, notification, all of those things, they all have their different customizations, and then it's kind of like I think it would be nice without distracting you. I don't think it would just be there and be moving on its own. I mean, that's just no, not cool. It's just not cool. All right, so I'm trying to actually get this page reloaded so that we'll be able to see everything. Let's see. I think it's a bit better now. Okay. So let's start again. So there's iPhone 14, a magical new way to interact with iPhone, groundbreaking safety features designed to save lives and innovate 48 megapixel camera for mind-blowing details. Okay, so they've actually bumped up the camera, the lens, 48 megapixel camera. Wow. All powered up by the ultimate smartphone chip. Is that going to be the A16 or what? Not so sure though, but I think the A16 is in the Pro. Let's see. So the colors meets the new face, and we're supposed to look at this. So I think if I play this, we should be able to see all the. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be. So when it's ringing, when you're airdropping something, you'll have its way. I think if you tap on it, then it will expand and then show you something. So it's kind of like the actual lens is behind this, but they are kind of like making use of it to like make you, like it and then just, pay with it, take it like that kind of thing. Because I'm not sure this whole punch or dynamic island is going anywhere. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. So we just kind of like we have to adapt to it. So Apple is also trying to find ways and means of getting us used to it and making us feel like it's kind of like normal. All right, see more of what dynamic island can do here. Okay, you guys can go and look at that. We just like scroll and see what they have. Always on display. Okay, so finally there is an always on display on an iPhone. Wow. I'm not sure I've actually seen it before, but this is my first time hearing of it. All day battery life, yes, of course, you have the battery life, your photo, your font, your widgets, your iPhone. Wow. Let's see. Can we go here? Different fonts. Okay, yeah. This whole thing about the lock screen that was introduced very, I think, some time back. A display that's up to 2 times brighter in the sun. Okay, so they've actually bumped up that as a spec so you can see well on the phone when you're outside. Vital new safety features, yeah, that we hope you never use. The SOS thing. Is there anything near of this? No, I think it's basically the same as what is in the iPhone 14. So in that case, the SOS service is the same in iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro. Crash detection and calls for help when you can't. Same thing. Yeah. Okay. So, this thing, it's just like any other new feature on a smartphone or a new tech device, but the fact that it has to do with protecting you and then taking care of your health is one thing that I think that Apple really thought about, and then they've actually done something that we can't say it's not useful. It's like you can't say this is not useful to you because there are days that you have crashes. These things just happen, and sometimes, who knows, this thing could save your life. Like I'm being honest about it. Like when I think about it, I think Apple has really done a really good job. Apple has done a really good job, with this. Pro camera system gets massively more pro. Wow. All new 48 megapixel main, yeah, with an advanced quad pixel sensor. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like, I'm not a tech person, but okay, I am a tech person. I'm actually interested in these things, but all right. So up to 4 times the resolution for the jaw-dropping cropping. Okay, wow. So this is zoomed into this, and just see the quality. The quality is so maintained. Wow. Okay. I'm still tempted by the iPhone 14, but the whole concept of the eSIM is kind of like it's touching me, like it's hitting me hard, that kind of thing. iPhone 14 Pro raises the bar for the 48 megapixel, blah 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 blah. 4 times the resolution in the Pro RAW in mind blowing detail. Okay, 65% larger sensor. All right. Pictures of versatility. Okay. All of these things are there. Yeah. Much more detail and much less light. Okay, yeah. I mean, some of us buy the iPhone just because we want to take pictures. Some of us buy, like pixels and all of those things just because we want to take pictures. But there is that thing that the iPhone takes a lot of good pictures, very good pictures actually. And there's no denying that they take good pictures, but like there are also competitors out there. So some people will basically just want to buy this because of the picture taking, But then, the eSIM is also something that you have to consider. I get that they are trying to save the world by, not having a physical thing that you put into your phone that you use and then you can dispose of it. But eSIM, it's not everywhere. It's not everywhere. It's kind of like limiting some of us. Like I am like making this video right now, and I don't know what I'll be using in place of this eSIM. I mean, breathtaking frames per second. Okay, I think that that's to do with the video quality. Yeah, iPhone has that. The video quality is just good, and I'm actually considering getting an iPhone. Getting an iPhone just because I want to be taking videos. I don't want to get a camera. I want to get an iPhone. Shaking the action shots, fix it in a pre. All right, yeah. I think this video is also not loaded, but I guess it's kind of like the whole thing about stabilization. When you're filming from an off-road SUV or running alongside your subject, try action mode for smooth handheld videos. No gimbal required. Okay. All right, all right. Let's see. Telephoto camera. So this is the camera aspect. So the main camera is a 48 megapixel for up to 4 times resolution. The telephoto camera is up to 2 times better low light photos and an ultra wide, sharper, brighter macro shots. Okay. And these are the specs. If you are interested, you can just go and look at those things on their website. Camera in a class by itself. New words. I mean, so the front-facing camera, I think, also has an upgrade here. 2 times better low light photos. Okay. So what I've been saying all along. So the iPhone 14 Pro has the A16 Bionic chip, and the iPhone 14 itself has the old A15 Bionic chip, which was used in the iPhone 13. I don't know why they didn't use the same chip in the 14 and the 14 Pro, but maybe it's kind of like trying to save cost. So like the 14 is kind of their low budget version. I'm saying low budget, low budget at a very low, low key level, low what? Yes. So we have the A16 Bionic chip, the ultimate smartphone chip. Yeah, of course. I mean, you've optimized your software for it. It will always be the best. At least for now. Maybe there will be ones that would compete. So they have the A16 Bionic chip. Our battery, that's all in all day. Yeah. 29 hours. So the iPhone 14 Plus had up to, the iPhone 14 Plus had up to 26 hours of video playback. The iPhone 14 Pro Max has up to 29 hours. And the iPhone 14 Pro has up to 23 hours of video playback. Wow. Okay, so the iPhone 14 doesn't have a Plus. It has a 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max. But then the iPhone 14 itself has like iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus. So now we have like iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 14 Pro Max. Wow. 4 phones. Wow. So long SIM tray. Yes. The whole concept of not using a SIM tray is kind of weird, Privacy is built in. Yes, all of these things. Yeah, we know. Have even more fun with your iPhone. Apple One bundles up to 6 services for music, movies, games, and more in one easy subscription. And all right. Tech specs are here. If you want, you could just basically go to the tech specs section of their page and look at it all here. So it also has the same size, 6.1 and 6.7 inches for just the Pro version and the Pro Max, in that order. And view pricing again. How is the word pronounced? Somebody better tell me in the comment section because I'm kind of confused right now. And then the pricing. So the iPhone 14 Pro is starting at $999. Okay, that's a lot of money. $1,000 for the iPhone 14 Pro. $1,000. And then add another $100 for the starting point of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Wow. And it's not like iPhone 13 that if someone buys a Pro and someone buys the normal regular version, you wouldn't really notice the difference because, if you look at it from afar, the notch isn't really different unless you are like really into that kind of thing, you are paying attention to it. But for this one, if you buy the Pro, you will know. If you buy just the 14, you will know because the dynamic island is there in the Pro, but it's not there in just the 14 versions. All right. And I think Apple really did a good job. And my best feature of all of these phones and devices, all of these devices that I just talked about, is the emergency SOS for me. It's the emergency SOS, because being able to have that kind of feature where you'll be able to like call something or like basically signify someone that you're in an emergency situation it's a plus. It's a plus. And for me, the downside would be the fact that they've taken away the SIM tray, and now I have to reconsider my thoughts of buying an iPhone 14. Yeah, I know this is a very long video, more than the usual videos I make on the channel, but it's an Apple event, and this is my first time doing something like this. So I just wanted to take it slow and like describe everything to you as I am looking at it directly and all of those kind of things. So yes, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.